things can burst through 'em.
Can I go crazy for a second here as we see the Tinker last pick? Used to be considered as one of the best Shadow Fiend in the world, but in this game he, to me, has a very poor lane matchup in the form of a Tinker.
Yeah.
So we'll see how he does.
That's the thing, right? So we're talking about the thought of going for like a mechanism or going for some of these other tanky items, and if they don't go for it and they go the stock and standard build for a Shadow Fiend, helps keep them alive.
Actually, Oracle is quite good against Witch Doctor now that I'm thinking about it, because you could just prop that magic immunity to bypass face edict damage. Or bypass the malady damage. Sorry. Raging Potato. Ooh, baits Rior up with a torrent.
He has an Ion Shell on him too. This could potentially
just follow him.
Blood. They have boots
follow
on
him.
Raging Potato.
Got him. Easy first blood. Where's the turnaround casket? Oh, the baits.
Trying to get out of there.
Master
Ion Shell, it's worn off.
One more torrent. Easy torrent.
No, he's
9K torrent.
Fine. You had to go for that one, Raging.
Gotta throw it out. You miss every shot that you don't take.
The jukes, the okie doke, but Raging Potato. Did they give this to Mushi also? Wait, is he actually going to get out of there? He's got boots. He's really quick. The rest of them are coming in.
All right, Mushi, get the last hit. Mushi does not. Ninja Buki, grab it. Rior will still survive.
He's going to get out of there.
Yeah,
but look at the rest of them. I mean, they're trying to chase this down.
I'm looking at the rest of them. Nothing happens because... All right, that was... Raging Potato, man. That was all you.
He had to go for that one.
What is this Shadow Fiend set? Why is he white?
Yeah, I don't know. This is really weird looking. Showcase mode. He's got Cauldrons of the Eternal Harvest.
I never knew that this set was white, but I guess my my cosmetic game isn't. The real M god.
He is not actually there to block, so it looks like they're gonna have Arc head up to the top lane. Shadow Fiend's block is gonna be atrocious. They send Mag down bottom. They're gonna run into Raging Potato again. Is he dead?
Nah,
okay.
He still has boots.
Yeah.
Brutal, savage, ranked.
Well done,
so it's not that bad of a block. Mushi was able to salvage it at least, and now they're gonna do the standard thing that you do for Shadow Fiend, which is send a support mid, zone away the enemy mid for a little bit, allow Mushi to grab a couple of souls. Like you were saying earlier during the fight, is had Mushi got the first blood there, oh my god, he goes to max souls pretty much immediately, and then he has, you know, an extra 300-400 gold to work with, which is easily it's going to take him over in this lane.
The unfortunate problem is that Mushi, or rather, excuse me, Arc getting the first blood is going to make what's already a tough matchup for Darkseer even harder.
Did Arc get it?
Yeah, he did. And okay, that means that you're going to be getting... Wait, did he?
I think Night Stalker did.
Night Stalker did, excuse me. Well, nonetheless, Arc's still going to have an amazing lane down here.
Yeah. So, generally, safe lane Darkseer is actually pretty decent in the sense where once you push out the lane with your Iron Shell, you get to like jungle the camps that's next to the lane and get a lot more gold out of the lane. But in this particular case, you can't do any of that because Arc is burning all his mana. With that said, Arc is playing rather close. Gonna need to pop this out.
Raging Potato needed to come up here and help out our because otherwise this matchup is just impossibly hard.
Well, I don't think Raging Potato actually provides too much of anything here. Like, yeah, he could maybe hit the Anti-Mage a little bit, but there's no kill potential because there's no Iron Shell mana. So he's actually here just sapping experience, so...
Well, that's the pull. That's the thing that he's going to end up having to do. So that helps a little bit, I think, is the idea that you need somebody to help you maintain lane flip for you.
Yeah, I guess so. To me, this is a case of, I feel really not having a good home in a lane where he could actually get ganks off. Because his lane partners are just not that strong. I think the best lane that he could probably gank is the bottom lane, where an X-Torrent into a spin might get something done, but that's also against the Faceless Void. So to me, I think Raging Potato needs to find a lot of good movement around the map to get something, anything done. And his rotation is now currently scouted by Ninja Buki. In fact, they're setting a trap for him. They think that they're getting Mushi. In fact, Raging Potato is getting the feed on.
Oh, good blocks by Rior as well. They're going to try and kind of secondary body blocking with a couple of raises. This should be a kill for Mushi, so maxed out on souls.
Beautiful trapping set. Alright, Mineski. Looking pretty good here.
The other interesting thing to keep our eyes on is, you mentioned like a potential for a kill down bottom. Even if they did manage to find like that full assortment of combos here, it's going to be tough to take down Mag and LD. Actually, X is a little bit prematurely, and now Looted pulled back in. I don't know if that was absolutely perfectly done, and he's gonna pay
No,
for
it was. This is actually very smart. They X him up, and then they channel a full route.
No, I'm saying that by Mag.
By Mag. Well, he also had to jump at that point, because if he didn't jump, the route prevents the jump from happening.
Yeah.
And then the torrent flies out, and then the spin going on at the same time. So really, it was no matter what Mag did, he was dead.
Yeah.
So that was a perfectly timed execution by Execration.
The only thing he potentially could have done would have been like to jump into the route sort of and try and get some head, not disjoint, but
So
catch
jump
it in
into
the
the
air.
tower. That would be a bow played lyrical. I don't know about that one.
Like to get over into the trees there where they can't see him, but it's still just so tough at that point.
Yep.
But 4 minutes in, looks like we are going to get into that first nighttime, and Night Stalker wrapping around. Not going to be able to get into range for James. At least for now, but if he steps too far forward, this could be a kill.
They know that Witch Doctor does not have Voodoo Restoration. He's only level 2 and he's shown both his spells, so they're going to make a gank mid. But oh my god, that casket perfectly on point. And now James is going to be in a lot of trouble. Mushi looking for that C raise.
A raise. That would have been a kill, but a little bit off the mark. And because James had brought him so low with the rocket laser, he didn't feel comfortable going any further.
Yep. But even though the Mushi didn't get the kill mid, I feel like Mineski right now is doing amazingly in all 3 lanes. You talk about Arc just dominating R up top, Shadow Fiend, you know, getting kills earlier, and even though Face's Void did fall down, I feel like moving forward, all he has to do for this lineup is to be a walking chrono, and he just only needs like level 7 or 8 for that, so should be fine.
And you compare to like what these later team fights are going to look like, and I mean, Night Stalker isn't the best at as far as like, you know, starting and getting big combos out there for a team fight, but he can also pick off the supporty heroes in the back and get better vision for the team. Whereas Oracle is, unless he's able to like, you know, save a key target and turn the fight around that fashion, it's going to be tough for them to take a fight.
Yeah. Comparing to what Mineski's heroes are capable of doing, I mean, obviously both sides' heroes are very strong, but Execration's hero, you have to kind of initiate in a very proper manner. Speaking of which, mid lane Mushi
should be a kill as they're trying to pull him back in. They have the Requiem. They aren't actually going to fully commit to it. No point up as of yet in the rearm, and the rotation comes in. James in trouble.
Yep.
Can end up getting taken down there. They try and turn this back around. They throw a root onto Mushi, but I don't know if they're going to have enough damage. With Night Stalker coming in as well, Raging Potato just forced to back out.
I wonder if they got surprised by that as Mushi grabs a regen rune on top river.
God.
Easy play by the M-God, which is leveling the ultimate by 6. Some players do it, some players don't. And the fact that he was able to walk into the tree, channel Requiem, actually did a little bit of damage to the Tinker on the way out. That was the game changer there. So good adjustment there by Mushi, expecting a lot of attention to his lane and rewarded by going for somewhat of an unorthodox skill build.
Yeah, definitely. And now you're in a situation where Mushi hasn't died. He's been able to get through the hardest part of being a Shadow Fiend, really, is those early levels when you're very gankable and you can just retreat to the jungle, get a couple stacks in. Do you think that there's any way still for Execration to punish the greed that's coming, or do you think at this point they're kind of past that?
I think they're past that. Like, look at Execration's lineup and tell me what is their initiation power. It's just the Kunkka, right? But you're playing a Kunkka that's been roaming around. He's actually level up Torn instead of X marks the spot. So he's gonna get his TP cancelled? No, in fact, they want RR instead. There is a surge back out though. Mana Void was available, but I think Darkseid was too high of HP. So back to your question, like they need to have the Kunkka that's running around to set up kills for them, but he's too under level for that. And without the Kunkka, they just have no way to set up kills. So Mineski could just walk around and keep being greedy.
Oh, that was a good play though. He's able to torn from the fog, and now with the X on him, they're gonna pull him back in. Mag still able to back away. So a little bit off the mark yet again, as they wanted to be able to find that kill. Missed gank on Mushi mid, missed gank on Mag bottom.
Oh, this might not be a misgank. Ninja Boogie wrapping around the mid tower. Flies, get a little bit of vision on James, but decides to not go for it.
It's not like you lose a ton on this Tinker by not going for maxing out the March build, but it does sort of hamper, at least for now, his farming capabilities.
Yep. The one thing I've noticed that Mineski is also doing better than Execration is their attention to getting stacks on. Hold that thought here, bottom R. Mag gonna hit it. Damn, maybe they X him up again.
And they get him, they haven't been able to find him, they pull him back in yet again. Iron Shell, but it's not enough damage. I mean, with treads, and now he's salvaged back up. He's fully ready to go.
Oh
my God, they
gonna
just
be there.
dropped the chrono.
Why not? I mean, like I said, he's a walking chrono bot, right? So the rest of the 4 Mineski players are going to just get kills, buy time, and then Anti-Mage is going to come out and be the beast that he is. Raging Potato is in a very precarious spot right now. I think he can't get pincer though.
This is bad, and the Void doesn't last that long, but the Thorn is not going to connect. Feeling real bad for Execration. Another slightly off the mark raise will ensure that they don't go fully forward for Raging Potato.
Yeah, the fact that the cask did not bounce back to him means the kill wasn't going to happen anyways, regardless of the raise hitting or not, so not a big deal. So my curiosity is, what build is Shadowfiend going for? We could go for the standard, like, Hurricane Pike stuff, which is definitely a very strong sieging build. And that's, I think, more likely here. Yeah, but we'll see.
The other thing to kind of keep our eyes on, of course, is going to be the farm of this Anti-Mage and how quickly he gets into that Battle Fury. I guess the other thing that's kind of going to be interesting in this game is if the Oracle is able to get into levels and enough of the net worth to get into those arcanes pretty soon. It looks like they are going for another wraparound here.
Oh, but Void is here already. Are they doing a lane swap? Yes, they are. So the Anti-Mage kill that they wanted is not going to be had. And if they get the Void, like, it's whatever, I think.
Well, tough times indeed. We do have another couple of interesting things, like the Tinker Kunkka combos is always fun to watch. Oh god, they broke the smoke. They don't have any detection. An invis rune for Ninja Boogie.
Yeah. So I think the Tinker Kunkka combo is the one that where you like X the Tinker, he gets to go out and go ham.
Yeah.
That's only good if your Tinker is super farm, especially with things like Dagon 5, where you could just like be all over the map and assassinate support heroes. We're very far away from that. Tinker, talking about his farm, he's actually doing okay. He's only 500 gold behind the Shadowfiend. And as we know, Shadowfiend is a exceptional farmer once he does hit the stack, so pretty good spot if you ask me.
Yeah, and he's just finished off those boots of travel. He actually has the 2 points in rockets, 3 points in laser build, so if there is a potential for a gank somewhere, this is where the map could start to open up a little bit more.
And we do see now the support of the dire side starts to sack away. And that's one of, I felt like they are somewhat weak at. Raging Potato obviously was doing a lot of walking around finding kills, but I haven't really kept track of where the Oracle was the whole time, and I think he could have stacked a little bit more.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a lot of stacks that are in the Radiant jungle either, so Mushi not going to end up...
Oh no, Mushi already cleaned up all of those stacks already, so...
This is a chrono up in the top lane, the triple raise finds the kill. Unfortunate there for Nando, no great way out of that one.
Yep, 2 chrono, 2 kills. Not gonna lie, Mineski's game plan is working like clockwork.
And Rior is just right here. They know that Kunkka could be in the area. Tinker is going to end up TPing the top and actually a good bit of damage out onto these heroes. The tower still falls, but they could be
Ooh, do you see the item that Mushi's got queued up? Yule Scepter.
Okay.
Alright, so let me talk about this a bit. So Yule Scepter is a very published build on the face value, right? You heal somebody up, you walk under it, and then you just Requiem for a solo kill. But in this game, it does have a lot of utility here. X-Torn combination, you could just use yourself, so you'd never get initiated on by that. You could dodge Omni Slashes before Diffusal Blade comes up. Mushi pops a haste rune and misses the raise.
Oh god, he gets disarmed. This is one of the fun things. You don't really end up being able to get away from that, but might end up playing a factor later.
But yeah, Yule's is not an item that you see too often anymore because the cast range of Yule's got nerfed. But I think this is the few time and places that it's going to be quite good because it doubles up as a both very strong initiation item and also a defensive one against the Kunkka.
The other thing that's so nice about it is that if we do start to see not only just the X-Torrent combos, but also later on if it's X-Tinker plays, you can Yule's him at the end of the duration of the X, and then he's not going to end up going back home. Suddenly he's way out of position. That X-Torrent combo with the bow is going to connect onto Mag. Omni Slash, he's just going to get away!
No.
Oh, Execration.
So, I mean, having your bolt cooldown is not that big of a deal, but having the Omni Slash on cooldown and not getting something out of that one, Mineski is not going to be respecting make it to like play a lot more aggressively with the Chronosphere. Speaking of which, Mag does have it in 15 seconds, so I'll be expecting a gank very soon.
This is a big problem for him, and you can actually see that Mag going back for the Vlads at this point. This could mean that Anti-Mage goes directly into some more fighting-oriented items after the Battle Fury if they want to. It doesn't have to by any means. RR is going to be caught, scouted out here. They're bringing in the rest of the heroes. They are going to have low back up in seconds. They are able to save as well. That Darkseer for the moment, and well, are going to be able to walk away, so he's fine and dandy. The rest of them will not quite get out.
RR doesn't get enough heal due to False Promise, so he had False Promise on him, had like no HP, Ninja Booty gave him the good old Void and an Urn. And despite the first uses of the False Promise, he still dies. And look at how aggressive Mineski is being right now. They are expecting somebody to defend the tier 2 mid, and they want to punish them.
They want to get the Tinker there, and they could still, I don't know if, it doesn't look like they have vision in the area, but if Mushi is able to find the Tinker here, this would just be a devastating blow. James, he's walking back right now. Mushi gonna maybe run into him. He's gonna walk right up the hill, and you have a Eula Scepter!
That was a little off.
What are you doing? They still should probably be able to get this James kill, I think.
Oh my god, Mushi misses another raise after.
I mean, that's the thing.
Bottom, Chronosphere has been used, and Raging Potato will get picked off as well.
Alright.
Okay, we don't know when the last time Mushi played Shadow Fiend. I did say he used to be one of the best Shadow Fiend player, but right now is not. Let's just say he's not Yapix out here.
Hey, the thing is that he's still getting
He's
it
number
done,
one
right?
net worth, guys. Like, I know Twitch chat is going ham right now, but they are winning. That's what matters the most.
Exactly. I think I said it on the panel the other day that you don't get prize money scaling based on the number of kills or how many raises you have.
You should.
You should, definitely. Alright, Mag gonna get caught in the corn again. That's a lot of damage. He actually just gets blown up. So a little bit too cavalier with his play. Staceless Void drops down.
Bottom lane. Looks like they're going to try to set up another kill on Rior. Vacuum is going to miss, and Rior is going to just pour it out. So Execration essentially needs to run endless smoke ganks or smoke ganks into very key kills. I don't think even killing Mag is a key kill. Like, you gotta get the Shadow Fiend and you gotta slow down the Anti-Mage. Because you gotta imagine the other problem that Execration also faces with the current draft is they're not the best at taking objective. Like, who the hell could hit buildings at this point?
Yeah.
Nando, I guess, could do a little bit of damage to the building, so they can't really even effectively gank into tower pushing. So this draft just feels very even.
It does sort of have a couple of silver linings in that Healing Ward is getting maxed out next for Nando. So at the very least, they'll be able to have sustain for their pushes. It's that idea again, if everybody's dead, that you can just hit it with whoever's left alive.
Right. I mean, again, they only have one initiation spell, right? So they better get those kills back to back. Raging Potato pops the smoke. They are on the hunt. Again, Anti-Mage and Shadow Fiend is the target.
Shadow Fiend gonna show his face in this bottom lane. All the rest of them there. Mag is actually run into them, and he does have Chronosphere back up in 3 seconds. It looks like they're still heading down south, and this is not scouted out by the Radiant at the moment. But I think that they have an inkling that something's happening.
Okay. Oh, they do get themselves a lot of space.
Oh, this is the counter smoke though. Mineski, they want to go in for it, and Mag, the Chronosphere, if they're able to hit this one, looks like they might just run into the Darkseer first. I'm not sure if that's the target that you want. He's going to end up surging away, and it looks like Execration dodged the game.
I think where both teams misses like ganks like that, I think Mineski is in the favor because Anti-Mage has... Oh. Alright, he hits that one. Yeah. Perfect.
Well done.
Got him.
Yule's Blink Dagger.
Look at the damage, dude. He just chunked that Darkseer from 100% to like 5.
It's a good combo. I mean, there's a reason that people were doing it for a long time.
Ooh, I wonder if he's gonna fully commit. He's got the Blink Daggers already. Yeah. By fully commit, I mean getting the Axe Scepter after that as well. Mag is gonna eat the full combo and is gonna get burst down. Alright, good 1-for-1 trade here. Again, even trades are all in the favor of Mineski because they got by far the better late game. But let's see if Execration can get a tower.
They do have by far the better late game, but you also... I think that like this Yule's build is also to get stuff done around the map. Like he needs to be able to be a presence and constantly be a threat. But it is still going to be at the end of the day more not like the anti-mage getting the majority of the farm. Right?
Which
like,
she is.
Mushi has to get the hero kill. Yeah.
I mean, Shadowfiend currently right now is ahead in terms of net worth, but you know, we all know, we've seen anti-mage games. He's gonna take over.
Well, I guess the point that I'm making with this is that if Shadowfiend fully commits to this magical damage build until he ends up getting into that 2 damage per soul talent,
Yeah.
it's all magical. And if Oracle is there and they're grouped up around,
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Then you have a Fate's Edict. Suddenly, that one target that you blow up doesn't die.
Right, but you know, Requiem is also an AoE spell, a
That's
rather
true.
large one.
That's true.
So, my curiosity again is if he's gonna fully commit for the Aghanim Scepter build. Looks like he's gonna go for a BKB instead. Now the rest of the team is rotating, and Chronosphere is at the ready.
They are going to scout him out. They jump
Mag
to
jumped to the wrong side.
expecting the teammates over there, and now they go onto him. Oracle's going to be here for the save, and the turnaround bow combo is only going to connect on the one, but still a lot of damage being dealt on the Reor. They have the Shrine here as well if they need to use it, but he's up to the full HP, so Chrono used, nothing gained.
That was one of those, like, we are committed, let's go for it, but
Okay. She finds himself a nice little pick off there.
Mushi's styling now.
It's what's needed. He has to do it this game. He is going to be sort of looking over here to the side, but won't run into Tinker. Do you think that Tinker goes for like a Hex build this game?
It depends on how well he does in the next couple of minutes. If you can find a Hex really quickly, then good. But Lotus Orb is a fairly easy counter that can come out from either the Witch Doctor or Night Stalker. Okay. So I think it's perhaps better to go for more of the burst damage kill build.
Yeah, that's tends to be what the Aether Lens signifies, is like going into Aghanims, something like that.
Yeah, Aghanim's big on.
I mean, I guess the thing that I keep on seeing is that this net worth that's populated at the top by Mushi, but he's not necessarily going into like the complete total carry build.
Yep.
Anti-Mage is a little bit behind the Tinker and the Juggernaut, and that's the only reason I'm slightly worried about this, especially since Darkseer is finishing off the mech and going next into the pipe, or into the Blink Dagger. So they have like the secondary form of initiation soon.
Yeah, one of the big danger of the build that Mushi's currently going for is that if you don't, like he kind of reminds me of how Ursa is, where Ursa is very strong early, you get a lot of kills, thus you get a lot of momentum. But the first couple of times you die, you lose a lot of that momentum that you gain. Like 4,000, 5,000 of his current net worth is into items like Blink Dagger and Yule Scepter that doesn't give you much lifetime damage. Oh, X-Torrent both misses completely.
She is in the back. He could run into Raging Potato here, but Lincoln's in the area as well, and
That's the one you want, I think. Yules him.
they just chrono him. And there's going to be a torrent. They try and turn this. Yule Scepter turn on to Kunga, even disarming him, and Raging Potato is not going to be saved by the Oracle this time around.
It's very interesting. Nice vacuum wall on the back line here. Reor looks like he will get pinned down. Mag on the run as well. It does have yet another jump. James,
maybe he was there waiting to see if they can get it before the jump happens.
Whoa. James is going in here.
He needs that regenerate first.
I'm surprised that they chrono one and went for the other.
Going in again. He wants to take this.
He has
The
vision still.
regen rune, they're going to keep it going.
The plays! He's gonna get the kill, James! Maybe he do.
Oh, run! No, Mushi! Mushi! Oh.
Alright, so the previous mistakes of not getting till, that was like whatever, you eventually got the kill. That one's huge. That's the Tinker. That's the highest net worth on the other side.
He has not been practicing Shadow Fiend, apparently.
That was not Shadow Fiend, that was just Yules.
At least
That was just activating an item, which mistakes do happen, so.
yeah.
But I mean,
That was a big one to have
That's
happen.
a pretty big mistake.
And again, it's something where it's fine and dandy if these things happen and your team is still winning, but there is a world in which Execration are going to start to become more and more difficult to deal with. It's only a 2,000 net worth rate right now. Granted, you are about to start getting into the big stacks that have been built up around the map for anti.
We're also getting to a point where I know you think that Execration is like kind of moving forward with the items, especially with Tinker and the Juggernaut, but I think the anti-mage timing is about to be a big issue here for Execration. Once that Manta is finished, he can begin solo killing supports. Split push becomes a very dangerous game. He adds either Basher or let's say Aghanims on top of that, where he becomes a very strong defensive unit, or a very strong offensive one. Then I think that's where it's lights out for Mineski. Mineski has about Sorry, lights out for Execration. Execration has about 5 to 7 more minutes to get something big going, because if the game keeps going at this current state, I think they're going to just flat out lose.
And this right here from RR is going to be one of those big things that allow them to make stuff happen. The Blink Dagger, unfortunately, it's coming about 20 gold too late, as it looks like Mineski are going in to take down Roshan. And unless this is contested, it is a huge problem for Execration to deal with.
Mineski finishes the BKB, so this is, especially with the agent picked up and the Mantis out finish on Anti-Mage, this is going to be Mineski one of their first peaks of the game in terms of the overall strength. They could group up and just take objective if they would choose to, or I think they could just keep on split pushing like they have been. Split up the map, have your bases void as well as the Night Stalker look around for kills, have Bushi walk around, get solo kills as well.
Yeah. Has himself a haster in as well.
Yep.
Night Stalker, yeah, we talked about the Aghanims going to be on the way for him. We had mentioned the possibility of a Lotus Orb, but it doesn't look like he wants to go for that yet. And Witch Doctor is actually building into a Hand of Midas, so they're all building towards these items that are at least prepping for the late game. For that.
Yeah. I think the other very important kind of time here for Mineski is the fact that Shadow Fiend is about to hit level 20. Being able to select the, you know, extra soul damage talent is very important should he decide to go for that one.
Oh, Arc almost found the AM there. Raging Potato actually gets a hold of him. And Nando is here as well. He has Anti-Diffusal Blade. Very low HP, but can he get out of there? They're chasing, they want to run him down. Can they get there in time? They are going to not quite get him. He's on the other side. Blink, is it going to be enough? No. He can't catch and kill that Anti-Mage.
Yep. Orko got a little bit greedy. He needed to just immediately extend the chain stun. He didn't. The Aegis is still alive. Fortunate.
Oh, Mineski definitely very happy after that movement, and this game is just so scary for Tinker. If James gets caught by either the AM or the Shadow Fiend, I think it's just lights out. Either one can blow him up instantly.
Just don't get caught?
Yeah.
Easy.
Easy.
Alright, as getting caught, he gets chrono mid, and then he's dead.
No way out of that one. Boogie is going to get the silence out on the Dark Seer. No freeze at this point. Does have a mechanism. Going to pop it now. They turn to fight. Actually walk away, but there's the vacuum wall that they needed. Reor now going to be ran down. No more Chronosphere. They drop that Requiem off onto the Oracle's head, and that should be the death of them in spite of the false promise. So big bad Anti-Mage, as well as all the rest of the heroes, all cast of crew of characters, is taking them down.
Yep, 2 supports for a mid off lane. Mushi and his friends does win yet another huge team fight. They still have the Aegis going here on the Anti-Mage, so he gets to continue to punish. Not gonna lie, I think the game is over.
Yeah, I think so too.
But mistakes can happen. Mineski needs to make some repeated mistakes over and over again for Execration to have a chance. So we'll see if Execration could force a couple of mistakes with, let's say, a key smoke gank into a tier 2 push or something like that.
It feels like right now the Anti-Mage is the be-all end-all. If they can find him, set up fully, and get the kill, like that one gank, if that happened and they took down the Aegis, I think that changes the entire complexion of the game.
Right, and then that means the next one kills the Anti-Mage, and perhaps you can get a tier 2 out of that.
Right.
So now, Tinker is one of the stronger late game scaling heroes. He can go into an array of items that could, either kill or, like the Hexer suggested, disable. But he is also struggling himself. I love the item choice picked up here by the Faceless Void, the Shadow Blade. That also turns him into a solo killing machine, or at least sets up for the rest of the team. So if you look at it from a Tinker's perspective, this game is really hard to play him, the hero, because Yules into a Requiem, you're dead. Chronosphere, you're dead. Night Stalker flying over the trees finding you, you're dead. So, or Anti-Mage even finding you, you're dead. So like, we keep saying that James needs to play exceptionally, but it's so hard for him to do so. And I think Execration is starting to run out of time.
If they win this game right now, it's going to be off the back of amazing plays. The other thing that we do have to keep in mind is that Arc is also going to be going back now for an Aghanim Scepter. So a lot of those disabling spells that we've been talking about no longer going to be functional. And Mineski getting set to go in towards mid. They take this fight madly. Maybe that's an opportunity for Execration to get back into it. And Looking for the opening now. Shadow Bladed Mag. He's going to run to Raging Potato. The Oracle is there as well to keep him alive, but the backline is coming in. He jumps forward, only catches the Kunkka. I think that he's still going to be okay. That the Mag, he pulled him into a couple more, and now that laser is going to start to bounce out. The Omni Slash not doing quite enough, and Lehman is dead as well. Multi-kill, double kill for Mushi, triple as well. Can he take him down the rest of the way? Nando trying to get out of there. They are going to kill off the AM, but it's only the Aegis. So they
could X
down
him again.
3.
Alright, a little bit slow. So that was like arguably one of the worst Chronosphere that you can have, because the Chronosphere led into the rest team being vacuumed back into the Chronosphere. Great play by Darkseer. But still, Mineski is so far ahead, and Mushi showing up with his Aghanim Scepter newly purchased, that even though the Chrono was bad, it didn't matter at all. Nando might actually just be dead here. Maledict taking
a lot of damage. He's going to get back in time. I think he's fine. And the problem is that the rest of their barracks is dropping so quickly. And I mean, I guess you got the disarm there, the vacuum on
okay,
with
that's
the turret.
nice.
It's a decent start, but it is Elena Barracks, and that hurts.
Now there's an Ags on Arc, so he becomes super hard to gank.
Oh, all right, they got sight of Reor. There's going to be a torrent to follow, and not quite there. Oh, take oh, that hurts. A lot.
There's a lot of mom spaghetti on the floor right now. Everyone's missing their combos. X-Torrent should never be missed unless you're, being stunned away.
You know what? It might have been that the torrent was on cooldown. From
okay,
earlier.
that's fair.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah. All right. So sorry about the flames. Maybe
That's
not
okay.
mom spaghetti.
So I think that you've got with Ags a little bit more HP on the anti-mage. He's at 2100 right now, but not invincible. And being down Elena Barracks as a Tinker is not the end of the world either. So it's really tough, but if they can catch and kill the anti-mage a couple of times, that's where maybe your game starts to come back together. And they haven't shut down all the map control either. Like if they pick up a gem on Radiant, which they do have on Night Stalker now, like this is the period where they have to punish.
How do they kill the anti-mage? Right. He has Ags, right? Like Tinker's working towards Hex, so you need, I guess, to break the Ags and then Hex him, and then I guess Omni Slash on top of that. But that's a lot of things that needs to go properly for them. I guess you hope Mag Chronos this team. That there's also that, because he came close to doing that last time, right? He Chrono only one person, and Darkseer vacuumed them in. So there's also R making a huge play.
I think that this right here is the time when they have to do something, because as soon as the rest of these wards go down, they're completely dark around the map. And if they don't make use of the vision that they have, either smoking towards a ward or whatever else, waiting for them to get dewarded, it's just going to make the game that much harder.
Yeah. It's hard to say what is the right play here for Execration. They are just so far behind. They need to start to take like very big risks, like you said, like just go out there, make something happen. Because waiting, I don't think is the appropriate move.
Potato has himself a Glimmer Cape, an Aether Lens, Boogie, Neen, very difficult to deal with. And it almost doesn't matter now that you've got for this more spell casting oriented build from Mushi, because everything else is working. It's just the AM show.
Yep. I mean, if you look at the Shadow Fiend, it looks like a really rare build, but imagine in certain different lenses that he's like a Lina or a Queen of Pain or even a Puck that's just walking around, kind of playing a tempo controller. Except a tempo controller that could just blow up anybody. So if you kind of think about it from that perspective, it's very fine. Like when the hero was first selected, I was like, oh my god, that's really greedy. And then we thought, kind of looked at how the game progressed. I talked about the mech build, which again, it's a little past its time, but this is a similar style, right? Where you don't play the right clicker, where you don't suck up all the resource on the map. Instead, you walk around, control the tempo, control where the enemy can be, and get kills. I say that he's still the top net worth, so maybe he is sucking a bit of net worth out of the map, but
That's farming heroes.
alright. He's 10-0-5.
Yeah. In spite of the missed raises, in spite of everything else, it's been a pretty good game for him overall. This is the point where they want to try and go for a big play. It is daytime for another 2 minutes, or at least until that ulti is off cooldown. So 60 seconds to make something happen. Execration have to do it now, or it only becomes harder.
But at the same time, this is very obvious. There's a Marcher Machine later on their Ancients.
He's on the cliff.
Okay. He's fine. He's got Yule Scepter to defend himself. Although now the Diffusal Blade is up too, so they can purge off the Yules and Omni Slash right on top of that. But that was the smoke gambit. It did not work, and now it's Mineski's turn.
I don't know if they necessarily want to walk into this, though. It's still not entirely safe, and it does look like Mag is going to be scouted going into there, I believe, since there was a ward in the area as well as a sentry.
I think this is
going on.
This is an unnecessary risk. They could just wait for nighttime. There's no pressure for them to do the Roshan right now.
What? This seems so peculiar, and if they end up losing this fight right here, this could potentially be a huge setback for them. Another torrent, they drop it in, back wall. It's not quite on the mark, the full combo. That was a much needed hit. Execration to turn into a miss.
It feels like Execration, where their combo, they just needed like one more stun, you know? Like, the vacuum was good, the torrent was good, they just need one more stun to chain it into the bowl. Dual Scepter finds him, and here comes the Requiem. Get out of there, Raging Potato. Here comes a False Promise, but is that the one that you want to False Promise? The Orgo goes down on the back line. Kunkka sure to go down as well. They get the Aegis on the front. Arc finds Nando. Nando is going to try to spin himself out of there, but there is no way to go except to death.
Yeah, that really hurts. You even got first hit Ash when he's heading in, and well, it was all an elaborate bait. Lemic a little bit upset about the situation, I'm sure. They are going to end up probably losing more here. 50 seconds, no jug. I mean, you do a hell of a lot of damage with the Tinker, but nothing is going to be enough to stop Mineski from assaulting their high ground. They didn't even use Chrono there. I think that James is just dead now. They jump forward. Oh, okay. All right. Well done, James.
Got some players.
I don't think it matters. Yeah, there's the Dual Scepter lift up, and James now under duress. He accepts his fate. Vacuum wall. Nothing. GG gets called, and it felt to me like an outdraft more than anything else. This was honestly, Execration played better. I really do think that they did. There were so many misplays on the Mineski lineup, but they just got outdrafted. Would you agree with that?
I wouldn't say they played better. I